If you have a shop online or maybe in the real world and somebody complains about your price, I need to let you know what to know for whenever that happens. See, I'm a coffee shop. What I do is I look at what other people are charging around my area, and then I compare it with the costs of my ingredients. And that's where the problem comes in. Well, the problem for people that don't want to pay you. You see, when you have enough money to pay for your ingredients, then you are allowed to make a profit, right? It's common sense. But if people are forcing you to lower your price and you want to give them quality and they expect quality, that's where you cannot. You get me? You simply cannot compromise a recipe or anything. Maybe you make instruments, maybe you make art, you know how to handle things, or even your online course, because that's the modern day. However, the point being is, don't lower your prices. Stay the way you know people ought to pay you. Because when you fall to the trap of, this is too expensive, you are narrowing and you are forcing yourself to be in a position of poverty. It's just the truth. Now in this day and age, for somebody to have enough money, like myself, we have 2 jobs. And if it is even possible, we could get a side hustle. 3 jobs, I don't think, but it is possible if you want to sleep less and grind more, right? Overall, the point here, again, is whenever or wherever you go, even as a customer, you don't have to be an entrepreneur, you don't have to be a CEO. This is universal. When you see the prices of a shop and the quality does not reflect the quality expected, that's when you can be like, okay, you know what? Yeah, maybe you should lower down your price. But if you know what it's about and you know you're giving your best and every single purchase that the customer purchases, then you're allowed to be entitled. But if you're giving garbage product for an insanely high price, kudos to you, because there are people that at the end of the day will pay for it. Like going to a mechanic who does not do a very good job but still has the audacity to charge you an insane amount of money. And when you go to McDonald's, you expect a product that is cheap of quality, enough to fill you up, I guess. It's not really, it's not even good for you, but you're just trying to satiate your empty fuel tank of hunger. And it's the same thing for you as a customer to realize that people have bills to pay. I don't know how many times people are going to complain about inflation or the fact that things are too expensive. The thing is, if somebody can charge a ridiculous amount of money for something that is not worth it, in your opinion, then you can simply just stop going. Make your own coffee at home. Good on you. But if you are also not part of that and you want just, satiation free, just not free, but really, really fast coffee just given to you like that. And your coffee is like Starbucks. Not to say anything bad about Starbucks. Starbucks does, Starbucks does what they can. They're a franchise. Of course, they're going to sacrifice ingredients. That's what happens when you overexpand. But if you are starting out today, or maybe you have started years ago, like me, then you really have to know what you're worth. Because if you don't know what you're worth, people are going to know it for you, and they're going to say, nah, you're not worth it. I'd rather go spend my money somewhere else because you don't deserve my money. That's the sad reality of being a business owner or an entrepreneur, is that this is not a guaranteed way of sustaining yourself for the short term. If you don't have enough motivation or discipline, because if you don't charge what you're supposed to be charging, guess what? You're gonna go bankrupt, buddy. And when you go bankrupt, then you realize, why didn't I charge more? See, I could have done better. The regret that we get, But if you know 100% sure, let's say that you are a craftsman and you like building things. You have an online store. You sell these beautifully handmade products and people buy them. And you know how much work, how much sweat you put into that object that is now for sale. And someone comes up to you and says, nah, you're not worth it. Don't you kind of get a little irritated? I know I would. I know that someone who's smart listening to this right now would. It's just simply, it's human, You're like, wow, I just put so much effort out there. For example, a YouTube video. I just put a lot of time editing. I put my all. I put hours. I even had to sacrifice some event in order to work on this video so you guys can see it, and then it doesn't even get recognized. It's the same bitter feeling that you get. So, don't get that feeling. Charge what you're supposed to be charging. You are worth it. And even if you're starting out small, one step at a time. We learn from our mistakes. If mistakes didn't happen, then things would be pretty boring. Everything perfect. But we try to be as perfect as we can be every day. We don't have to seek out the best, but it's out there. It's possible for us to seek the best. When I give a coffee, I make sure I give the best of both worlds. I make sure that my coffee is high quality, is made fast, on time, and is at a reasonable price. I don't want to gouge someone out because, well, the neighbor's charging $20 for a cup of coffee. No, I know I'm worth $20, right? My quality, the time, what goes on behind the scenes is worth that money. But if I don't give something I'm comfortable with yet, then I'd be like, okay, you know what? Maybe I can just lower down the price for a little bit and then slowly rise it up. But I don't take advantage of people because I don't like doing that. You could say that I'm too good of a person. That's a little arrogant, but I have this thing called regret, and I have feelings, and I don't want karma to come back later and bite me in the butt because of something I could have prevented. So I will keep charging what I charge, I will keep bettering the quality of my work. And that's the same for you. The same goes out for you. Go out there, make your money, doesn't matter what these people say. Do the best you can and do it better than you did it yesterday.